The Sea of Spirits has known many empires in its long and messy history. The earliest known was that of the Relbka, peaceful and intelligent creatures of unclear origins, now one of the galaxy's most enduring mysteries. Theirs was the first species to unlock the secrets of warp space travel and open up the stars. The Relbka discovered and collaborated with many species, forging an empire that spanned the entire galaxy and ushering in a golden age that lasted millennia. But it was the Relbka's trusting nature that would be their undoing. They uplifted many species, one of which was the Chinchi, large and brutal reptilians from the planet Polan. Cunning and calculating, the Chinchi appeared to embrace the Relbka's philosophy of peace and cooperation, gaining their trust and joining the Empire. But this was only a facade. Slowly, the Chinchi integrated themselves into Relbka society, waiting patiently for the time to strike, and when the day finally came, turned on their allies and slaughtered them to extinction, along with any others who stood against them. The empire of the Relbka had fallen, and the Chinchi Empire rose in its place. The Chinchi would go on to travel the galaxy in search of new worlds to conquer and species to enslave. Humanity emerged on the planet Coruscant, and like the Relbka was intelligent and resourceful, soon on the cusp of developing its own technologies for travelling the stars. But the Chinchi discovered them first, and despite their most valiant efforts, conquered and enslaved them like so many others. For centuries, the humans languished in slavery, alongside the other species conquered by the Chinchi, oppressed, brutalized and downtrodden, their cultures and histories all but erased, until the day came when enough was enough, and the species the Chinchi had terrorized for so long rose up against their masters, sparking the longest and bloodiest war the galaxy had ever seen, the Insurrectionist War. For almost 4 centuries, cities and worlds burned across the galaxy as, with unrestrained mercilessness, the insurrectionist forces drove the Chinchi into extinction. The galaxy was finally free. The species of the insurrection then came together to form a new society, one free from terror and oppression, where all would be treated equally and no creature would ever again fear the evils of slavery. And so, the Galactic Collective was born, a society meant to stand for freedom and justice throughout the galaxy. But the Collective was anything but a success. A period of rapid cultural rediscovery and expansion resulted in tensions between individual species that quickly boiled over into all-out war. Soon the Collective was gripped by greed, corruption and near constant conflict, and despite standing for over 1,000 years, was a resounding failure. The Collective would ultimately fall, and 2 new empires would rise from the ashes, the Imperium Siderum Ekeli and the United Galactic Confederacy. The former a violent and oppressive regime where the subspecies of humans known as the Halkan reign supreme. The latter a collection of allied states that seek to preserve the ideals of the Collective, but free from the conflict and corruption that brought about its collapse. While the Confederacy was content to coexist with its counterpart in an admittedly uneasy peace, the Imperium made its hatred toward its smaller neighbour clear, regarding it as an affront to the bigoted beliefs it clings to with unquestioning fanaticism. In the decades since the fall of the Collective, tensions between the two have grown little by little, until now, when war seems all but inevitable. A war with the potential to bring an end to all life in the galaxy.